Welcome to A Time Well Wasted podcast with your host, Matt Daddy,
I surrender. Here's my butthole.
Mr. J,
Yo, give me your bread.
the Ginger,
No, bend her over this way.
and Timbo Slice.
I got a Bud Light.
Enjoy the show.
Gentlemen, I want to ask you guys a question, okay? Hypothetically speaking, okay, whether you committed a crime or whether you didn't, let's say your ass is getting locked up for 5 years. Okay, you're going to jail. Now, what's running through your mind? I want to know what type of person you would be in prison. Okay, would you survive? Mr. J, we'll start with you. What's going on?
So I think I would try to keep my cool and maybe try to assert some dominance, but I just got this feeling I'm going to end up basically being people's bitch or somebody's bitch.
Yeah.
I'm either going to be the community bitch or someone specifically's bitch.
Wait, so people are going to share you?
Yeah, it could happen, man. Like I'm the guy who drops the soap, and it will be on accident.
Yeah,
And then I'll get
yeah, you
fucked,
are
so,
that guy.
Today
for sure.
you are owned by Bubba. Tomorrow
Yeah.
by Frank.
Yeah, I can't even walk.
Yeah.
Right? Like they got to carry me around.
Yeah,
in a
so if
wheelchair.
I'm an inmate with you, I'm going to
Yeah.
be that guy that's trying to be close with you. Because if you're everybody's bitch, I got chances
See,
to not
I'll
be
have all the
anybody's
inside information if I have everyone's bitch, right? So, or just their dicks. I'll just have everyone's dicks. Either or. So,
Now, would you try to get one of those jobs in prison? Like, would you be like a dishwasher or like the guy who tars the roof? I'm only citing Shawshank Redemption.
definitely, because I think it would help pass the time. So,
Yeah, I mean, you're in there for 5 years, right?
Yeah, man.
Obviously, you're shitting bricks.
I would actually try to get some education. So, fuck yeah.
What are they going to teach you?
How to suck dicks.
How not to rob? Yeah, how to suck.
Yeah. This is how the proper way to steal a TV.
Yeah. We're going to teach you today how not to come back here. Timbo Slice, what's up, man? What do you think? What would you be in prison?
I don't think I'll do very well in prison, to be honest. I'd probably just kind of keep to myself and try to do my time and try not to draw any attention to myself.
So you're that guy who the roommate wants nothing to do with, obviously, because you're laying under your bed. Would you just give him both beds? You just, you just hide under the one bed and you're like, he's like, man, there's
You
two
can
beds
have
here.
it.
You can have
He
both.
pushes them together.
I'd probably get... I'd
Here,
probably
take
get
my
into jail.
pillow too.
Yeah, you get everything. I'll sleep on the floor.
You know what? I'd probably just play really cool. If he said, I got both these bunks, I'd probably just say, that's cool. I'll just sleep on the floor. You know?
Yeah.
Can I at least have a blanket?
But there might come a time where I might get comfortable and I start, just like when you start anything, like you're not comfortable at first, but then after a little bit of a while, you're just like, man, fuck this.
Yeah, I got this thing where like I'd see security coming up and they'd throw a meal underneath your door. Does your roommate just eat both meals? You're just like, no, man, take it.
Yo,
Take
give me your bread. And bend over while you let it.
Ginger Badger, what's going on? What do you think?
You see, I'd probably jump the ranks as high as I can. I'd become the prison pimp.
Oh, okay.
I would make you all my bitches, pimp you out.
So
Get
don't
my
go to
respect.
jail at the same time as you.
So-
basically, I'm getting pimped out.
I'm going to be fucked anyways. If I go to jail on my own, if I go to jail with Ryan, I'm going to be somebody's bitch.
Yeah. Yeah, there's no chance of survival, and I feel the same way. Like,
Yeah, I'm not built for prison, man. No way. I couldn't do it.
no, I'd walk in there, and you know what I mean? I'm walking down that hall when you have all the jail cells.
Yeah.
And then the guys are like all banging on the cells, and they're talking. I'm like, yep. I would just drop the pins
Yeah.
then and be like, look at it, boys.
Yeah.
This is what you gonna
So
get.
here's my defense mechanism, right? I'm just never gonna wipe my ass after I shit. So they're trying to fuck me. They're like, oh, it's full of just stank. You know what I'm saying? That's
Dude,
my
that's
defense.
a classic.
Yeah, but
now,
you have shit ass for 5 years. Oof.
So, Matt, your strategy is to go into jail, and instead of punching the biggest guy, you're going to whip out your dick,
Yeah, so
and you're just going to go balls deep as soon as you walk through the
basically
door.
what he does in real life.
yes,
outside of
yes,
jail.
man. Listen, I'm either sucking or I'm getting fucked. Okay, I understand my role in prison.
Get
okay,
busy dying, I'll
I'm
get
going in
busy
there. I'm thinking
sucking.
prison. I'm like, all right, man.
He's
We got
sucking
these.
and getting fucked at the same time.
We got 250-pound black guys. They've been in here for 10 years. They've been weightlifting this
They
whole
use their
time.
dicks as hammers.
Here comes this 160-pound white boy. like,
Hi guys.
they're gonna be like, wow, I'm pretty sure last night's dinner was bigger than that fucker.
He uses you as a toothpick.
Oh, man. Okay, so the general consensus here is obviously, other than Ryan here, Ginger Badger, that he's going to pimp us out.
We're bitches. Ryan's our pimp.
Okay, so let me ask you a quick question here, Ryan.
Yeah.
Say you go to jail by yourself. All right? Who are you pimping out at that point? Are you going to find like the little Mexican kid or like the small Asian guys
Sí,
or
señor, I
something?
will be your bitch.
Yeah.
Exactly. I'd find anyone that doesn't speak English, make them my bitch. Away you go.
How would you make them your bitch? If you asked?
Oh, je suis le bitch.
Yeah. O'Brien,
Just walk. You're my bitch now. Hold my pocket.
Yeah. Dude, the pocket trick, it gets me every time.
Dude, the whole person's confused. Like, why does he keep asking us to hold his pocket? Like, I don't get it.
All right, so on the same kind of topic here, okay? Being, isolated, something you would never expect. Say you were dumped and stranded on an island. Okay, let's say you got dumped, stranded, no form, no way of getting off. You're all alone. Could you survive? And what's your game plan? And we'll go with Ginger Badger here first.
Well, yeah. I mean, I watch a lot of Naked and Afraid.
Okay.
If you've ever watched that show,
What are you, a sexual predator?
I suggest you watch that show. It's incredible. You'll learn a lot, but definitely I'd be able to survive.
Okay.
Fine.
Okay. So what's the first thing going through your mind? You're on this island. Let's say you got sedated. You wake up and you're like, "Where the fuck am I?
Yeah, get your
Holy
bearings.
shit!" What's the first thing you do?
You gotta get your bearings. Find
Okay.
where you're at, then find a safe spot and start building a shelter.
Search
Get
the
a
island,
fire.
man.
Yeah, shelter and fire first. That's your best way of survival.
Okay.
Next day, then you go collect your food and water.
What type of food are we collecting and how are we getting it?
Well, see, that's where the type of island comes into play.
Okay, so anything goes. Anything goes.
Yeah, you could start off with your vegetation. There's lots of stuff out there that you can eat vegetation.
You're just gonna eat
grass.
like trees.
Yep.
Grass. Yeah.
Yeah, he's just eating bark.
Get that to start until you can gather the supplies to make weapons to catch animals, and then go from
So
there.
Ginger Badger here, if we threw his ass on an island, he would survive.
I would.
Timbo Slice, I'm throwing you out of a plane. You're waking up on an island. Are you gonna make it?
Wait, if you're throwing him out of a plane, he's not surviving.
Oh shit!
I don't even get a shoe.
They're telling me on the plane. They're like, "Why don't you think he'll survive?" I forgot to give him a shoe.
Yo, I gave him water wings.
Tim, you wake up on an island. What do you think?
I think the first thing I would do is scream my head off, run up and down the beach, sob to myself in the corner somewhere, and then
Okay, so you're freaking out, and you're
Yeah,
trying to
I'm
see if
freaking out.
anybody's on the island. People can hear you. That's your approach. Like, is there anybody else here? with me?
No, nobody can hear me, and that's part of the problem. Like, I have no means of being here. I should not be here. I'm gonna freak.
Okay, what's your next plan of attack?
After I'm done crying, you mean?
Yeah,
He's gonna cry the whole time.
It's been. He
I'm just
logs
gonna keep
it.
crying.
He plans on drinking his tears. To stay
He has
hydrated.
enough intelligence to make paper and a pencil, and he's logging day 235.
I'm running out of tears and
Still,
salt.
No, honestly,
my eyes are drier than mom's vagina.
He's finding the
Wait.
closest volleyball making Wilson.
So, Tim, ultimately, do you feel you could survive on an island by yourself with no means of escape, and you have to figure it out?
And honestly, I think I do okay. I'm not no expert, obviously, but I think I could do okay for a little while. I could probably find food and make a shelter and try to
Yeah,
make
but
a fire.
what if food's finding you?
Oh, then I'm fucked.
What if you? So that's back to one of the like you got to create weapons and stuff. But I'm thinking, okay, you're on an island, you don't know what's there, man. You could be gorillas, rhinos, fucking.
That's why I know what
bears.
I'm doing first.
Like, what if they're hunting you? And what do you got? Your fists?
That's what.
Nobody talked about a weapon here yet. So just want to know what's going on.
That's where the fire comes in play, guys. You get a fire started, they're not gonna come near you.
I got the most important thing here before any of that. The first thing I'm doing there when I get to the island is jerking off. Because if there is a lion, he's going to come and eat me. And at least I'll know I got that one last nut in before I die.
Well, I woke up.
Yeah.
I noted it in my log here. I jerked off first thing on the day.
You guys might survive longer, but I busted a nut.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
You just tried to fuck that lion.
Yeah, maybe.
All right, Mr. J. So let's talk about that a little bit.
Yep.
Your ass wakes up on an island. Your first plan of attack is to jerk off.
Probably not, because I'll probably be traumatized. But I guarantee you, at some point on that
You
island,
will.
I'm jerking off.
Yeah, 2 weeks go by. You're like, you know what?
Yeah,
fuck it.
fuck, yeah.
I'll jerk off right out on the,
Dude,
on
it
the
would
beach
be
here.
like a celebratory jerk off because I survived 2 weeks.
Yeah.
I'll fucking
Yeah.
I'm gonna whack it. You know what I'm saying? I would probably search the island first thing, see whatever supplies I can find. Hopefully, I don't find a skeleton of someone else who got straight. It's you guys. And yeah, I don't know much about survival, but I try my best, and I think I do all right, depending.
Yeah, and see, okay, so this is
And
where I
definitely
come
make a
in,
weapon, for
because yeah, we all live some classy lives where we get shelter and we don't have to worry
Dude, we're in a
about
utopia.
wild animals, and we get money and jobs and all this stuff. But I think about the time where if I were to wake up on an island, I'd be like, fuck me. this is not happening right now.
Yeah.
There's no goddamn way. But yeah, we've all watched the Discovery Channel. We've all watched, How to Survive. I'd be looking for a stick and somehow try to chew the end off into a spear. You know what I mean? And then I'd be hoping all I find is squirrels because I don't want to run into a
You have
bear.
to try
'cause-
spearing fish.
Learn how to drink your own pee.
Yeah, you know what I mean? And
What do you mean learn?
Fuck.
You haven't done that yet?
Yeah.
Knowing me, I'd probably shoot for a cave, but then I know every goddamn big-ass animal like Bigfoot lives in a fucking cave. So-
Oh, great. King Kong's in here.
Yeah, yeah. So, I'm probably going to say I'm not going to survive.
You just made me think of something. What
Okay.
about if you were on that island and you found Aboriginals?
Ooh.
You know what
Oh,
I'm saying?
man.
And then they're like, they don't even speak English and they're just going to fuck your shit up. Or maybe
Okay,
they
so-
take you in and help
So
you.
we've talked about this before.
Yeah, like the ones on those islands.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, where there's a heritage that people don't even go to discover because
Every time they go, they get attacked.
Yeah,
Spears thrown
researchers
at
go
them.
to try to get them, but they never come back. And Timbo, so we've did some research on these islands where there's actually man-made live there, and people don't understand or know their heritage because when they go there, they never make it home. They
Yeah,
end
I've
up
seen
dying
video
on
on
that
that.
island.
Yeah, because there's like Aboriginals there.
So,
and
so
they're-
let's say your ass gets thrown on it. Now they got spears,
Yeah.
right?
They're like,
You
free
don't.
meat.
Yeah, yeah,
The white man come.
yeah.
So do you do what they tell you to do, or you kind of try to
I am-
cooperate,
Well,
or do you
they're
try
not gonna know
do you try to
English.
attack?
Yeah.
That's
No, I mean that's what I mean. Like, do you try to cooperate and kind of do or go wherever they tell you
Yes,
to go,
because there's a lot of
or
them.
do you just say fuck it, I'm fucked anyways?
No.
Might as well just.
This is where you try to become their god. I make fire. Bring
Yeah.
it later.
Dude, that too, because there's no communication there.
Nope.
I mean, you're gonna look at these things, and they're like, "Oh, gee, my yeah," and then you're just like, "I surrender. Here's my butthole." Like,
Not every culture wants to rape you in the butt.
yeah, but I feel they do.
Oh, great. I'm in prison again.
Dude, I'd
this
rather be
culture is-
raped than killed.
Yeah.
This
You know what?
culture
I'd
just
rather be
wants to
stranded on
spear
an
you in
island
the
than
ass.
prison. Yeah. Oh, jeez.
So, okay, so other than Ginger Badger for everything, apparently he would survive everything. He would either
Yeah.
pimp us out or even on the island, he'd pimp us out if we all got.
Hey, at
stranded
least
there.
he's humble.
The joys of not having a soul, right?
The thing is I don't picture this being stranded on an island as in like a 1 day or a 2 week thing. Like, let's say you're there for 5 years. Could you survive? Do you feel in 5 years' time?
Tom Hanks
you're,
did.
You're still.
Well, honestly, if
Yeah. So did the volleyball.
Yeah. Well done.
Yeah.
you would become so accustomed to that island in the way that
Yeah.
you live on there that 5 years would be nothing. After, say, like
It's a part of your life.
You-
Yeah,
The
exactly.
island
After
would
4
essentially
weeks-
institutionalize you.
after
basically.
4 weeks, you'd basically come up with a day-to-day routine that you'd be able to survive.
Probably a great way to lose weight.
But I think you'd be miserable as hell.
Oh, your life
Yeah,
would be
man.
terrible. Only because, let's say you've lived 25 years of it.
Guys, no, think about it.
Of how
No
li-
porn.
No bills, no job, just
Yeah.
you surviving
Just
by yourself.
live,
Yeah, but-
live
No
bears,
internet.
You're starving,
Aboriginals,
you're cold.
disease.
Oh, great. Scorpions.
Your hand,
Yeah.
Can't wait to eat a scorpion.
Yeah.
you have your hand to help pleasure you without having to hear them bitch and complain.
Yeah, but
no-
what about Pornhub?
Make your own. Draw it in the sand.
You get a plane that comes by and it's got a screen on the bottom.
Jumbotron.
Yeah, it's like a triple X video plane by. You're just like, oh, slow down.
Instead of
I can't finish
SOS,
before it flies by.
instead of an SOS in the sand, it's send nudes.
You draw a woman in
I
the
like
sand, and you put like little stone boobs on her, and
You
put
get
a
like
hole in the
these.
sand.
You get these genie bottles that wash up on shore, and they're like naked pictures of people.
Man, Tim brings up a good point. You'd have to like draw your own pornos in the sand.
Yeah, and you're just like, oh,
The water comes and washes away. Shit.
Oh, you're really wet.
oh, Sandy, you're looking pretty good today, Sandy.
Yeah, it gives a whole new meaning to Sangina.
All right,
Water
we're
comes in, you get a little wet.
gonna switch topics here. Kind of similar, but I want to ask you guys. So, if we're stranded on the island, technically, we're broke. Okay,
Money
we
don't mean a
we got
thing
no
on the
money.
island.
So, I want to ask you guys, to date in your lifetime, what's the weirdest thing you guys have had to eat because you're broke?
Oh.
So what is the weirdest thing you've ever had, or the lowest part in your life because you just couldn't afford it, or you just had to do what you had to do?
Oh, I got
All right,
this
all
one.
right, all right.
we're gonna go. Hold on, Timbo Slice. He was pretty confident here. Let's go,
All right.
Timbo. What do you got?
For a little while there, I was on welfare and didn't get a lot of money or anything. Just had enough to pay rent. So I look into my cupboard and there is a bag of sugar in there. That's it. That's all that's in the cupboard. I look in the fridge and all there is a tub of butter.
Oh,
My body
butter.
is screaming at me that it needs something. It needs some sort of nutrition.
gotta do
I'm
what you gotta do.
absolutely
I
starving.
like where this is going.
So I made butter sugar balls, and I ate that. And you know what?
Oh man.
It did the trick for the time being. You had to do what you have to do, right? And I think that was a low point in my life.
Then you had
yeah,
probably a ridiculous
Okay,
shit
so-
after.
That is definitely low.
Before we jump to the other guy, I want to top on this here a little bit. Butter sugar ball. Okay,
Butter
so,
sugar
so,
balls.
so what do? You take a teaspoon out of the drawer, right?
Yeah, you
And
take
then
a teaspoon and you scoop some butter.
Yeah, how
you
big
roll
were
it
they?
between your hands.
Oh, you're rolling a butter
yeah,
ball.
it's kind of like Timbit size.
And your hands, your palm.
So
heat
was the
probably
butter like
melting.
cold before?
and then you roll it in, then you pour some sugar onto a plate and you roll it around on the sugar and you just pop it in your mouth.
Okay, now how many of these?
It's
in
probably
one,
good.
How many of these in one sitting? I'm going to ask you a couple more questions after this.
Yeah,
but
no,
how
that's
many
cool.
of these in one sitting would you make? Is it one butter ball, or are we talking like 10 to 15?
I made about 4.
Okay, yeah, because that's
Yeah.
all the butter you could probably eat.
Oh, dude, your body'd be like,
You know, but-
pumping shit out.
yeah.
You know, you can only drink so much water, and when you're out of money and you don't have any food, and
Hey,
your
you're broke, you're
pride
broke.
tells you
Yep.
that you cannot go to anybody because you got to do it on your own, live or die. You know, I did what I had to do.
Okay, so
Props, man.
how? Yes, congratulations on being the best broke person I know.
Yeah, that's pretty ingenious. Actually.
Yeah, I would have never.
Yeah, do
thought.
butter sugar balls.
Sugar ball.
I'd rather eat my own
Dude,
shit.
you just came up with a new Christmas treat. Like,
yeah. Now, one more question, Timbo here. How long did this go on for? Like, would you do this daily?
No,
Or how does this
it
work?
wasn't for very long. Just not to tie me over. Luckily, I had some good friends, and they would invite me over, and give me something to eat or something like that. Not because I was broke or said that I was broke or anything like that. Just when I go over, it's good nature that my
it
friends.
would suck if you did go to a friend's house, though, and they're like, yeah, I got some food for you. What I did is I took these balls of butter, right?
Oh man,
Again.
It's like, no, I had a deep fryer and a ball of butter.
A deep fryer.
I could never eat the ball of butter.
Yeah.
Ginger Badger. What's the weirdest thing you've ever ate while being broke?
Well, I'm definitely not as weird as Tim over there. I feel like it'd be 300 pounds if I ate that
Yeah.
It went straight to the ass.
with a heart attack. No, honestly, it'd be bread ripped up in milk and sugar.
Okay.
If it works, it works.
Wow. So basically, loaf of bread or the end of the loaf. You're probably talking the ends because that's all you got left.
Exactly.
And what are you doing? Dipping it in the milk?
No, you rip it up, you put it in a bowl, you pour the milk over it, just like cereal.
So you're just having soggy ass bread.
Yeah, with sugar on it.
Oh,
it's like soggy cereal but with bread.
All right,
Oh
man.
my!
Wow.
Here's milky mush.
Yeah, I'd almost feel like it's like you go to pull that out and it's like pouring.
On those lucky days, you are lucky to have the brown sugar there because it tastes so much better than white sugar.
Oh yes.
Yeah, no need to be racist. Yep.
And same question as Tim: Is this a three time a day meal? Like, is this like, is it the one and done? Like he could do 4 balls and then that was it.
Yeah, it'd be
How
one
many
a day.
bowls of
one a
bread
day
are
to
you
get
having?
you through. One a day.
When you're broke,
You're broke.
you're broke.
man.
Man.
You what
gingers
can.
are
Yeah.
weird like that.
Fucking
I
really
get
are.
you. Mr. J, what's up?
Okay, so I can't think of a weird food story I've had, or like where I've had a broke food story, but I do have a really funny drunk food story involving my brother.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Okay, so my eldest brother, right? One time he was telling me that he came home drunk as fuck from a party or from the bar or whatever. But unbeknownst to him, the morning before, my parents had cooked a bunch of bacon for like a family get-together. They kept all the bacon grease in this pot, and they put it in the fridge. So my brother comes home that night, drunk as hell. He's like, fuck, I need something to eat. He sees this bowl of bacon grease in the fridge, and he cooks it and puts crackers in it and eats it like soup. The funniest part, though, is he's like...
Okay, but is that gross or is
arteries
that
are
good?
Well, here's the thing. The
clogging.
funniest part is John was like, honestly, it was like some of the best soup I've ever ate. So he ate a bowl of bacon grease.
I actually don't think that I would not enjoy that. I think that I would enjoy that very much. Probably not the best for you.
You'd think
but I
you'd
would,
feel it
probably
after a
taste
couple
great.
bites, though. Like,
Yeah,
Third or
that'd be
fourth
very
bite,
heavy.
your heart's just
Pure
like,
grease.
stop it.
So the thing with this, though, when
Wow.
he went to microwave it, it was just like rock hard in the bowl, right? And then he had to like nuke it. To...
Now he's obviously pretty fucked, right? Like he's clearly intoxicated at this point.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, so he's
yeah.
no idea what's going. Now, did he make it to the end?
I don't know. I
Did
didn't
he eat the whole
ask him
thing?
much
or-
de- This was years and years ago,
Yeah.
like in his teens.
Knowing who we're talking about, I'm gonna go ahead and say that he did make it to the end because that's something he would do.
It's probably something he does regularly now.
Yeah, exactly.
He cooks bacon grease and has it as soup.
Honestly, guys. So mine, it's definitely not as bad. I think
Tim wins.
Tim,
Tim
yeah. We've decided who's been the brokest here. Because you win in that
Welcome to my
category.
life.
Ryan, you're a close runner-up. I'm right behind you here. The worst thing I've ever done is just cook noodles and no sauce, nothing, and just eat noodles. Like
That's
Mr.
not that bad.
Noodle-
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
not
pretty
even
bad.
Mr. Noodle. Like I used to like because noodles you can get like you can get pasta noodles for like $1 for a full bag.
Yep.
But I would just cook noodles and then just eat noodles, and people do that actually. But that's the brokest I've ever got where I couldn't even get sauce on the fucking.
For some reason,
I had butter though.
for some reason, I'm
I
picturing
could have
you.
buttered it good.
Put some butter on there, you're good.
Yeah.
I'm picturing you eating them non-cooked, like spaghetti noodles, like just like big strands of spaghetti noodles. Yeah.
Never have I ever. I will say that. So while we're talking about being broke, though, we're gonna switch gears here, and Timbo, since you're the new guest tonight,
Hey.
we're gonna talk about you had a job interview today,
I did.
and since you're
Would be
broke
fun.
now, this job interview is gonna hopefully help you not be broke.
Yeah.
And you were trying to be what I got written down here to become a lesbian.
Yeah,
true?
that's my lifelong goal, but I need money for the sex change.
Didn't you get fired for that already?
For one to be a lesbian?
You got fight, dude. He brings in carpet samples. He's like, look at how good I can munch this rug.
They're like, oh, please do
Well,
anything.
I already feel
Look,
like
this is
I am
shag.
a lesbian trapped in a man's body.
Nice.
We all are.
But on a side note, you had a job interview today.
I did.
What's your vibe? Do you think you're gonna get the job? What's going on?
I have a good feeling about it. It went very well. Had a factory tour and
Ooh,
smiles
if they
all
gave you
around.
the tour, man, that's a good sign.
Yeah, because I think why would they waste their time giving you the tour if they didn't plan on hiring you already?
Was the tour after or before the interview?
After.
Oh, good sign. That's good.
That a boy. I was trying to tell Timbo on the way here. His broke ass had to give him a ride.
Thanks, by the way.
But I was trying to tell him because, he talked about all this. And I said, why would they waste their time? Because if I'm a boss, right?
You can judge right away.
Yeah, let's say Ginger Badger, I'm interviewing. I'm not going to spend the time after to show him the whole plan because that's wasting time out of my day when I could show him the building if I know I'm going to
Yeah, it depends though. There's some bosses who really like to show off what they got, right?
Yeah.
Regardless of hiring.
Sure.
Not that I'm trying to scare you. I'm
No.
confident you got
he
it.
could have went down the road like, you know what? I want to waste time on my own. And I know I could
yeah.
last an hour of time
Yeah.
wasting. Now, we're not trying
No,
to
we all do
discourage
that.
you
Hey,
here,
no,
Timbo.
I'm all good.
But your vibe, what do you think? Do you like the atmosphere?
Yeah, actually, it's a very good atmosphere. Everybody's. When I was walking through the plant, when I was getting the tour, everybody's kind of fist bumping each other and giving each other high fives. And I thought,
good.
man, this place is great.
Company fisting.
That's
Yes.
good, man. Fisting turns into circle jerking.
Yeah.
And then back to fisting.
What kind of
probably.
company is this? It's a
Yeah, I'm in.
hands-on company.
Can you get me a job there?
Yeah, man, I'll bring lube.
Put in a good word.
Yeah, okay, so just to wrap this up, did they say they were going to call you back or they'll let you know? Is it via email? What's going on?
It was kind of cliffhanger. I had the interview, and he said, "All right, here's a rundown. Here's the things that we got to do before, and had the tour." And he said, "After the tour, then you just sign out, and you can be on your way." So it just kind of dropped off from there. So I don't really know what's going on there.
Do you know
exactly.
if there was other people that got interviewed?
At the same time as you. I'm assuming you're.
Either
was
or before or same
Okay,
time.
okay.
yeah.
I was the only one there the whole time. So
So that's not
as
bad.
far as I know, if I'm the only one, then
Bada bing, bada boom, man.
I got a
bing,
good
bada
feeling
boom.
for you, man.
Yeah, no, and I was telling him this on the way here. I feel it's in because it only makes sense why they would do that.
yeah, I have a good feeling about it too.
Fingers crossed, brother. We're counting on this. I hope the best for you, obviously, right?
Thank you.
Yeah, now you can give Matt his rent.
Yeah. Yeah. You owe me 20 skrillet.
Yeah, so get that fucking job.
Yeah. Yeah.
Skrill it.
Okay, so guys, big time switch gears here. I want to ask you guys: has your parents ever been this savage? Okay, so I'm going to read a little quote here from a little thing that
This is
I heard
exciting.
today. Okay, so a young girl, Nicole, and her boyfriend recently had broken up, and while she was upstairs sulking on the situation, she received this text message from her dad: "Nicole, could you please turn up your sad music? We can still hear you crying. And shut up already. David was ugly." She replied, "I'm not crying." Now, the question here is, have you ever had your parents been this savage over a breakup, or were they supportive? How are your parents involved in relationships? We'll start with Mr. J.
My parents have never been that savage. That's brutal,
no,
man. Yeah.
that is pretty brutal. I feel bad for Nicole.
The worst my dad did was like my first break. He was like, "Well, you learned a lesson. Love sucks. Go to the store and get me some beer." So that was pretty much it for my dad. Yeah, nothing that savage, man.
Yeah, fuck. Nicole's dad. She was pretty. Turn up your music, your sad music, because I can hear you crying.
He's like downstairs.
Yeah, like, okay, Nicole.
Yeah.
And then at the end, I love this part. It shut up already. David was ugly. Fuck
Yeah,
David.
coming from the dad.
Yeah, he was dumb anyways.
Yeah, fuck David.
Timbo Slice, are your parents savage?
No, my parents aren't savage. My dad was a workaholic. My mom was just a housewife. She just took too busy to take care of the house. When I was in a relationship, didn't really talk about it too much. I just kind of kept to myself and dealt with it.
So they were supportive. They
were supportive.
Obviously, they knew that you weren't with so and so.
Oh yeah,
They weren't
When they
dicks.
stopped coming around, they figured it out.
Like, hey Tim, by the way, you still owe me $20.
Wait, are you telling him that as his roommate?
Yeah, and no at the same time. Okay, so far, no savagery going on between you two guys. Ginger Badger, explain your situation.
Yeah, I really can't say they were too bad. I mean, there was a girlfriend that I had they didn't like, so they grounded me for the summer until I broke up with her.
Oh, that's pretty harsh. Actually.
Okay, so what? Tell us a little bit more about this. How did that come up?
She did not get along with my sister. My parents chose my sister's side, obviously. So it was you break up with her or you're grounded for the summer.
That's pretty intense, man.
Okay,
And-
so
but get this. Now, even though I was grounded, I didn't break up with her. However, they kept trying to set me up with another girl.
Why didn't they like her?
wow and wow.
Yeah.
Why didn't they like her?
Her and my sister did not get along.
Ew.
Okay,
Yeah.
so families sticking
I get
together,
that.
obviously. So your parents were savage. I'm going to go ahead and say that because they forced you to break up with her in a sense.
They were gonna ground you. They did ground you.
Yeah. So end result, what happened?
So end result, we did break up. I did try with the girl they did try to set me up with. That didn't work out.
Did it ever work
Thanks,
out
Dad.
when your parents
I know.
set you up?
No. Okay, so I got to ask,
don't
how
think my
old are
parents
you
were
in
trying
this
to
state?
set me
Because
up.
you're not in your 20s at this state.
No.
You got to be like early teens, man,
I was,
to get grounded.
I was 16.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Mom and Dad
No
were
Sega.
peoples. Yeah. Kathleen's a hoe.
I would imagine you have different objectives, different goals that your parents have when they set you up with a woman. You're a young teen. I'm pretty sure you have a different sight on
My
what you're
parents have
looking
never
for.
tried to set me up.
I don't think I could do it.
Yeah.
I mean, because I'd look at my mom, like, Mom, Dad, like, there's no way your taste is on par from what I want. You
Or
guys are
the-
living
yeah,
in
not
the
the same as
80s
what I
and
want,
70s. Like, there's no way, man. I'm going to look at it like, that chick's got a mustache.
Man.
You know what I mean? Like,
This girl was pretty good looking, man. She was, but the thing is, like, she was the sister. So my cousin, who is so close, she lived with us. So she was technically my older sister. She lived with us for many years, so I considered my sister. Now she was dating this girl's brother, so they were trying to set me up with to kind of keep it in that family. I think, but
yes.
she was a good looking girl, very good looking.
How come it didn't work out?
was it the family? Did you ultimately side with them and then bust ties? Or was it, you know what, I'm just done with you?
Yeah, did you like realize your family was right, or
Yeah, that's what I want to know. The interesting story. That you
Yeah,
got
it
here.
was. So at first, I kind of fought it. Like, I did not want to break up with her. But then when they introduced me to this girl, I was like, oh, she's kind of better, you know? I was like, so let's go the better route. Let's see what's out there. But in the end, nothing worked out. I was single in the end.
love will get you?
Nope.
Yeah, so for those who know my dad, he is a very interesting character. And I wouldn't say they were savage. My mom's a very quiet person, okay? So my mom doesn't say more than hi and hello.
I think I've heard her say 5
Yeah.
words.
I'm pretty sure she was
So
out last night.
with any girlfriend I've ever had, they never have a relationship with my mom. Well played, by the way. I'm just picking that up now, but well played.
He subtly snuck that in.
Yeah,
there.
I know. It's very, very secure.
Yeah.
My nipples tweaked there a little bit. Like I could feel them twisting them. But
I feel
anyways,
violated.
my mom never had a relationship with any of my girlfriends, obviously, but my dad did, obviously, which is weird, right? Okay, I'm going to go ahead and say
You
that my
scare
dad
them
had
away?
relationships with my girlfriends, but whenever I had problems, my mom would be like, "It's okay, bud. There's plenty of fish in the sea." My dad would be like, "You know what, bud? You really just gotta understand the situation." You know, and try to hit me with all this knowledge. And I'd be like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "Well, back in my day, you know what I mean? When chicks didn't want nothing to do with you, you just go to their friends."
Thanks, Dad.
I'd be like,
So
this doesn't help me in my situation right now. Like,
But I do like her.
yeah. And he's like, what you need to do is you need to talk to her friends because she's going to hate that. She's going to want to not know that you're talking to her friends. I'm like, I don't want to do that, man. Like, I don't want her friends. I want her, man. You know what I mean? I'm getting all. But my dad would always be like that. He'd be like, you know what I mean? You just got to go to the source, bud. You want to get back at her? Like, he'd always be ready to take that knife out and just stab her in the back. It's like, I want you to help me get her back or
Your
support.
dad's like the drunk Obi-Wan Kenobi of dating advice. Yeah.
And he's like, well, if she don't want you back, then fuck her. I wouldn't date you either. He would say,
see your dad saying
he
that.
would say stuff like that, and I'd be like, man, fuck this.
So you guys got the most savage dads here.
Yeah.
Notice
Well,
how it's
I
all
mean-
dads? It's all dads. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it is because none of us are female here except for you three guys.
Yeah. Accurate.
Right. No, but what I'm saying
We
is
still got a bigger dick than you.
the dads relate to the sons, right? And the moms relate to the daughters.
Exactly. Yep.
Obviously, they know what's going on, right? So they can
They can
relate a little bit.
communicate more efficiently. Yeah.
Speaking of family members, okay, so I read this little headline today, and this jogged my memory a little bit because I don't know how I'd handle the situation. So I'm going to ask you guys. I'll read the headline, and then you guys tell me if you could do this or not, okay? An Ohio couple with 3 kids, they decided to pack their bags and move to a resort on the coast of Sangria Island to rid themselves of all technology and live an entire life, the rest of it, without it. So my question for you guys is, could you do it, let's say even for a year? Move to an entire island, just you and your family, without any technology for a whole year or the rest of your life.
Yeah.
Could you do it?
I think it would take some getting used to because we've all become so accustomed to our computers, our TVs, our phones. But in the sense that since we've been able to grow accustomed to the technological world, we can become accustomed to a world without technology again. It would
No
just take
more
time.
phone calls.
Yeah.
There's no 911. There's no.
You're talking like straight up caveman.
We would just go back
There's nothing.
to the primitive
This is what
age.
they've done. Is they've moved to rid themselves of anything electronical.
So you asked a specific question. Could you? Could I? Yes. Would I want
Would
to?
you?
Hell no.
Okay, and if you did,
Yeah. If I did?
I don't know how I'd handle the situation. Like, I don't know how.
Well, my whole thing is I use technology for a lot of my entertainment, right? Making music, doing stuff on the computer games, TV, videos, whatever. You don't got any of that, man. You're living straight up Neanderthal
You would
style.
have to go and make your own type
Yeah.
of entertainment, which
Yeah. Okay. So let's say you did. What would you do? What would life be like?
Jerk
it's
off.
a lot door of
I
yeah.
think-
But you got your family. Let's say you got 3 kids, like this Ohio
They can
couple. Husband and wife. Like, Timbo, what do you think?
I think I'd be okay. Obviously, out of the 4 of us here, I've kind of roughed it the most out of all of us here. I think it'd be kind of peaceful and relaxing to kind of be off the grid and get some peace and quiet. And
So there's no wash machine. There's no dishwasher.
is there nearby
there's-
water?
There's a
No
well,
running
there's-
water whatsoever.
There's the river nearby
There's a
that
river.
you wash your clothes.
That's
There's
now this almost
oh
comes
man,
back
there's so
to,
much to this.
No, there's
that's-
a
so we're
lot
back
of
on the
things,
island.
Yeah, this almost goes back to the question of the island. Would you survive on an island if you were stranded there?
But in this sense, what I'm assuming what happened to them is they had a place built for them, or they have a place, just no technology. Is
Well,
all
that's
it
what I
said.
was thinking,
So I'm
too. You
assuming
said-
they already have a home. They already have all the necessities. They just don't have technology.
Yeah, you said, can you
No
last for a
electronics.
year? And I said, yeah.
That's a
I think
vague
that would
term,
be kind
though.
of relaxing.
Yeah.
like how
do that
much
for you.
technology is like would you consider running
Yeah.
water technology, you know what I'm saying?
Probably should have did some more reading into this. I just know from what I read a little
Yeah,
bit.
because if it's just
they
like
tried to rid it of
computers.
all technology.
So this is where I'm an asshole.
maybe a microwave was involved.
This is where I'm a total prick because I'm thinking like the basics, like no technology just means no internet and like electronics. And I don't want to live that way at all. So
No technology or electronics and a life without it. So I'm assuming no microwave.
I guess I could
no
bring my
wash
acoustic
machine.
guitar. Can I play my acoustic guitar?
That's sort of
You could make your own.
Could you build an acoustic guitar on an island?
Yeah.
I guess we're back to this.
Not right off the bat. I could figure it out though. I think. What the fuck would I use for strings though? Yeah.
See, when I hear
Cubes.
no electricity or anything, or living off the grid or whatever, I think like no technology like TVs or phones or anything like that. But I still see like running water and a working stove and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, it's not really
okay,
technology,
so-
right? I would say.
Yeah.
So let's bust into a conversation of none of that. You don't get all the nice things like a gas line or a water line. You have to use the
barbecue?
nearby river.
So you're
you have
camping.
to use a well. You have to use whatever.
So you're going camping for a year.
Yeah,
then.
exactly. Once again, that goes back to
No,
being
you still get
stranded.
running water at campsites,
I don't-
and you're probably bringing bottled
I don't
water.
camp that rough. I got power on my site. Set
Yeah.
with a tent with a big bed.
That goes back to being stranded on an island, right? Learning how to survive.
Yeah,
with
this
all
time I
stuff.
guess it's just with your family. But
Yeah.
in their case, they had a place pre-built
Yep.
for them. They just didn't have all the necessities. Like you don't get a microwave. You don't.
Well,
get
how about
anything
if
like
you
that.
brought like a shit ton of batteries and one of those turn crank radios? At least you have some sort of entertainment, so you don't
That's
go.
still
batshit.
I
technology.
would put that on a thin line of whether or not that works or not. Because again, I should have read more into that, but I think that's along the lines Ginger Badger was getting to. There is, I think that's still technology.
There's one thing I thought of, one upside to all of this. So if you were living like that, obviously you wouldn't be going to work. And you would be making your own hours. You'd have a lot of work and shit to do to survive, but you'd be doing it at your own pace. You'd be doing it at your own pace.
True.
You know what I'm saying? You'd have your family to help out. Like, that might be nice. That might be serenity.
Well, that's
to
what
me.
I was saying. You know,
You're not
like,
getting up at 9 o'clock, making sure you're at work for this time and reporting. You know what I'm saying? You're
I
living.
think
with
it'd be
your
kind
family.
of relaxing. You know, like you asked, could I do it for a year? You mentioned a year. I think it'd be
Well,
nice to
at
be able.
least a year,
It'd
I
be
would
nice
say.
to be able
At
to
least
take
a
a
year.
break and everything just kind of calms down. It's
Yeah,
quieter
but what about Pornhub?
Well, we go back to drawing titties in the sand, right?
Yeah,
making mounds.
you have to draw. Yeah.
All right. Okay, I get it. Next time, I will dive into that a little bit more in that headline to see exactly do they have fucking radios? Were they using microwaves? Who knows?
Research.
Is it really
Norse
they
code.
woke up on
Do they
an
have
island?
Norse
The
code?
whole
At least?
family got kidnapped and they woke up on a fucking island. Here we go.
Wait, is it us?
Ladies and gentlemen, that's all we have for this evening. Be sure to check us out, 1hq.ca.
Yes.
My dick is the only dick in this room, if you guys didn't know.
Thank you for listening to a Time Well Wasted podcast. If you'd like to hear more, check us out at 1hq.ca/podcast. And we'll see you next time, bitches.